So, hello to all of our listeners. Thank you so much for tuning in back to our podcast, Beyond the Classroom with On Course Vantage. Our guest for today is Saanvi Mehra. She's a recent graduate from the Sri Ram Millennium School in Noida and is an incoming freshman at UPenn's highly acclaimed and selective Jerome Fisher Program in Management and Technologies, class of 2027. So, welcome to the show, Saanvi.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah. So Sanvi actually came on board with On Course when she was in grade 10 and, watching her bloom and, work with us across so many different programs. She also prepped for the ACT with us. And we're so proud of everything she's been able to achieve. So, yeah, super excited to chat with you today, Sanvi. So, to get started, let's actually just jump right into, what everyone is definitely wondering. You're one of the few students in India who got into this prestigious M&T program. So can you just share your experience of identifying this as the right program and fit for you? Why you chose UPenn and what this entire application journey and experience has been like?
Absolutely. So I've got into M&TSI first, which is the Summer Institute for M&T, and it was an amazing experience. I got to meet so many intelligent, kind students from all around the world. And the summer program was structured around product prototyping and brainstorming exercises
Yeah.
that integrated management and technology. And the goal was to come up with a tech venture related to health and wellness. So those
Right.
3 weeks were so thrilling because everything was so fast paced and exciting. And I feel that I really thrived on that energy. So I was able to really connect with my peers, my TAs, and professors. So it was a super coming of age, quintessential college experience. So M&TSI, funnily enough, was a great taste of what being an M&T student was like and would feel
Right.
like. And
Yeah.
I think because of the way I was able to feel so comfortable in that environment, and I was able to really give it my all because of the support system I had there, I had a
Right.
fair idea that Penn and M&T specifically was what I wanted to go with. And I wanted to do it was the kind of education, because of the kind of education it offered. So uh, M&TSI really cemented my belief in the fact that M&T was the right fit for me. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's awesome. And how did you come to become passionate about these two areas of management and technology? Like, why is this intersection the right interest for you?
So I think I've never been like a purely technical person. I really, really enjoy computer science, but I'm most excited about seeing it being applied. And for that,
Right.
I believe you need management skills, and you need to have a business sense, a business aptitude. And I think this management and technology specifically, it equips me with the ability to do what I want to not just learn theoretical computer science, but also to apply it, to see it scale into a venture,
Right.
to see it help real life people and being
Right.
implemented in a real life setting. So that's why I really, really am so passionate about management technology, and yeah, I really wanted to go in that direction.
That's awesome, and I think what you said about the summer program is so key because, I think doing that summer program not only makes you super enthusiastic about UPenn as a choice, but even to the school sort of showcases your ability to get into a competitive program. And actually it is, there's so many students who do the M&TSI program and then also get it to M&T, right? So that is a strong
Absolutely.
correlation over there. Yeah, how much of a role do you think that played in your ability to get in?
I think that obviously, around 15 to 20 kids out of the 73 to 75 batch
Yeah,
uh, size, I think they get into M&T. But also, I
right,
think it was an amazing experience because I got to meet with the professors that will be teaching me courses at Penn. I
yeah,
got to meet M&T students. Those M&T students were my TAs. So
yeah,
I think. I think it was a completely different experience actually being a student there, because
right,
not only was I able to interact with them, but they were also able to see me perform in like a classroom setting. They
yeah,
were able to see, they were able to gauge my interest. They were able to see how I worked in a team. So I
yeah.
think that I think definitely it plays a big role if that's something that you excel in. And because I really, really thrive off of that, I really loved the environment of the summer program. So I think it really, really contributed to my decision to ED Pen.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, and I think your activity list in particular showcases how good of a fit you were for MNT. And very interestingly, you had a lot of activities around Down syndrome. So, can you share with everyone how that came to be? And can you tell us a little bit more about the research paper you did, the app you built, and the patent that you filed?
Absolutely. So during my mother's second pregnancy, when she was pregnant with my sister, it was confirmed to us that the baby would have a higher risk of being born with Down syndrome.
Right.
So I was only 6 at the time, but we were. It was a really difficult 2 weeks for my family where we were trying to figure out what we wanted to do, how we would go about it. So this experience had a lasting impact on me. So in the fall of 2020, I had the opportunity to apply to a Google Code to Learn contest,
Yeah.
and I know that I knew I decided then that I wanted to work on Down syndrome detection using artificial intelligence. So this was during the pandemic, and I worked with Google's Cloud ML machine learning model to
Yeah.
detect Down syndrome using facial photographs of afflicted children.
Hmm.
So I happened to win that contest, and I'm so grateful for that because I think that that opened so many other doors. So
Yeah.
next, I decided that I wanted to work on an app. And I wanted to build an app around this tool so that I could make this universally accessible for the masses and free of cost. So the app also won another contest. And then after that, I wanted to validate it in a real life setting. So I reached out to doctors and I undertook clinical research and validation with them. We happened to get published in a medical journal. Uh, in a peer-reviewed medical journal, we set up a foundation to reimburse the diagnostic and testing costs for Down syndrome children who were coming to us and wanted to get diagnosed. We reached out to the government. We patented. A technique to enhance the model accuracy, and I plan to work on it in the future as well. But all in all, this journey has been so exciting, and I picked up so many skills that I never would have picked up otherwise. And just the experience of interacting with people, interacting with the kids, with doctors, with the government, I think it's been surreal. And this is what most of my application revolved around. But
Yeah.
I really wanted to showcase that this is something that I'm really, really passionate about because it not only does it link to a personal experience, I really think there's a scope for this in the future. So I was able to demonstrate my passion for it, and I wanted to go into the depth of it and not just cover like a lot of breadth. So
Right.
I'm really happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, this is so impressive, and I think that's what really stands out is, first of all, a challenge that your family faced that you've now turned into almost like a mission, driven purpose that you've sort of adopted in terms of, directing all of your initiatives and all of the projects that you do towards. And I think this sort of genuine story and drive is sort of always what really stands out, and I think that's clearly shown through your initiatives. And now I think going a little beyond MNT to just overall UPenn as a university, right? So, what aspects of UPenn do you think really stand out to you? Of course, you haven't even started there, going there this fall, so of course, I mean, beyond your summer program and the time you spent there, like, yeah, just tell us your reasons for why UPenn in general.
So why UPenn in general was very simple for me. I think it's because of how unlimited the educational experience is there. So we have four schools broadly. We have Wharton, we have the School of Engineering, we have the College of Arts and Sciences, and we have the nursing school.
Yeah,
And what I really liked is that this is a university that does not restrict students in any way or form. In fact, they encourage it. So we are required to take a class at every school,
yeah,
and I think that's amazing because you get to explore so many curricula, and you get to be involved in so many different things. You get really pushed out of your comfort zone. But
Right.
apart from that, the community aspect in UPenn really, really thrilled me because, especially as part of the M&T cohort as well, and in UPenn generally, I think there are so many ways to find your to find a smaller group setting so that you can interact with each individual and have a really special connect. And I think this is the longest amount of time, like 4 years. This is the longest amount of time you'll be staying with the same set of people. And
Yeah.
I think we're all teenagers, we're all like in that phase of life where we're finding ourselves. And I think that's what is really, really alluring to me at this stage. I'm really, really excited to immerse myself in that environment.
Yeah, yeah, and I think I absolutely agree with that. With UPenn's specialized programs, that's such a unique offering that they have to begin with. And they have seven such programs spanning, of course, M&T, and then beyond that, there's the Huntsman program, Viper, and such interesting intersections of overall domains that they're able to find. And I think if you're able to have a profile and application that really matches that, I think instead of being more competitive to get into, as people believe these specialized programs to be, it actually enhances your chances of getting into UPenn, because they see you as such a good fit of people who think across these different subject areas. But yeah, so along with the Down syndrome research that you just talked about, you did present that at the European Academy of Pediatric Societies at Barcelona as well, and you went on to win the Young Investigator Award. So that's huge. Yeah, congratulations again
Thank
on
you
the.
so much.
Yeah, can you talk us through how you went about accessing these opportunities, and how you went on to achieve this?
Absolutely. So, first of all, I'd just like to say that I'm really, really grateful to Dr. Soma Shekhar, my mentor for the clinical research. He's a medical professor, a neonatologist in Gujarat in the Karamsad Hospital. So he was very aware of this conference, and he used to send students. He used to encourage the students to apply every year. His
Yeah,
MD, his DM students. And when I came to him with this project, he not only did we work on it together, he introduced me to this opportunity. And then, funnily enough, I was the first student of his who actually got through the Young Investigator Award pre-selections.
right.
So we were completely not expecting it. It was just so random. We almost thought we didn't have a shot because I was only a 17-year-old student, and I was competing with medical science students, professors of high tenure,
Yeah,
and I I booked my tickets literally like a week before I was supposed to go.
right.
I landed in Barcelona. I had so much fun at the conference. It was such an amazing conference, and I learned so many new things. But I gave my award presentation. I was competing against three other medical students who had already done their degrees. They were MDs, DMs, and I felt a little lost because I was a 17-year-old. But I eventually my research paper for Down syndrome detection using artificial intelligence was nominated for this award. So I went and presented the research. I presented the findings of the research in front of a panel, uh, and I obviously answered questions. I interacted with other doctors. I interacted with other nominees of the award,
Yeah.
and I happened to win it. And it was a crazy experience, but I think it was truly life changing because, I mean, a 17-year-old at a medical conference in Barcelona sounds crazy, and it was.
That's amazing. So, so moving on into the college application journey. So many students find the process of writing college essays very stressful. But, the whole process of reflection can also be very insightful and cathartic. So tell us a little bit about your experience with applying to colleges and writing all of these essays.
100%. So it's slightly annoying when you start doing it because you don't understand what to write and nothing makes sense. But after 5 essays, I would say I was fully in the flow.
Yeah.
And I think it's just generally an amazing place to be at, to evaluate your life till now and put what you feel down on paper, and
Right.
just put down what you think and how you think into words. And I think these essays were so special, even for like the colleges I didn't get to apply to. I already wrote their essays, just in case. So I
Yeah.
think I'll always look back at these essays and remember like the time that I was 17 and applying to college with my whole life in front of me. But I think it's an amazing process, and everyone should get a head start on it.
Yeah.
And it's so cathartic, it's so freeing. Definitely.
Yeah. Which one was your favorite one to work on?
I think my UPenn MNT specific essays and my Stanford essays, because those Stanford prompts were so weird.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely are. So we move on now to a little bit of a fun segment. So I hear you're really into art, music, and film. So we just have a few this or that questions for you and a few like quick takes, and we'd love to hear from you and like see all of your interests. All right, so Picasso or Dali,
Picasso.
Mozart or Beethoven,
Oh, I couldn't. Maybe Beethoven.
Beyonce or Rihanna.
Again, these questions. Maybe Rihanna, because I'm a 2000s kid.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. All right, I guess this is a bit of trivia. Who painted "Girl with a Pearl Earring"?
Vermeer. So classic. It's such a good painting.
Yeah, stunning. So you also claim to be a Swiftie. So let's complete the following lyrics. But I got smarter, I got harder in the blank,
Nick of Time.
blank, blank. Yeah. All right. Which 2014 film was filmed across 12 years with the same cast?
Wait, I wrote a journal entry on this, I think. The main character is called Mason. I think the film it's Boyhood. Boyhood.
Yep, that's the one. All right. Name three French films.
I don't think I'm edgy enough for French cinema, but off of the top of my head, Amelie,
Yeah.
a classic, uh,
Yes.
Blue is the Warmest Color,
Yeah.
and Irreversible.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So, do mental illnesses and prodigious artistic abilities go hand in hand? Would Van Gogh have produced so many paintings despite starting late if he were born today?
That's a great question. I think mental illness can amplify how intensely you feel emotions. So if you feel happy, you're ecstatic like no one else. And if you're down, if you feel pain, it's more painful than anything else. I think Van Gogh was unique in the sense that he could transform the immense pain he felt into ecstatic beauty like no one else. And the way he uses color, the way he can put what he thinks and what he sees on paper in such vivid detail. I think that today he would have gotten more support and mental health resources, but I still think he would have gone on to do what he did and even reach greater heights, maybe because we could have made him feel valued and safe.
Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Hopefully, it just gets better and better from here in terms of
Mhm.
acceptance and ability to get help.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah. What's the most overrated or undeserved Oscar win in recent times, in your opinion?
Uh, um, I think all awards are overrated, but in general, I think I loved Bohemian Rhapsody, but I
Mm.
don't understand how it won the Best Editing Award.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. What's the name of Hosier's first album?
Hosea, self-titled, it's my national anthem.
Wow, I love this. Clearly, Isha knows you really well, and she has crafted questions so that everyone gets to know the artsy side to you. But thank you. I really enjoyed those quick takes and that trivia round. Coming back to just understanding now, what are your long-term goals? What are you looking to get out of UPenn? And now close to starting off your first semester, what are you most excited about?
So I'm really excited about first of all, interacting within the M&T community, and then
Mhm.
taking advantage of all the opportunity that's available at Penn. Because I think that I obviously I would want to attend like classes on things that are not related to my major as well.
Yeah.
And I think the great thing about attending university, especially one like UPenn, is that there are so many activities and amazing opportunities that are already organized for you, and all you have to do is show up. So
Yeah.
I'd love to take like a few social and consumer psychology classes, legal studies, art history classes, and I think it'll be a really cool experience all in all. In the long term, I really see myself as a technopreneur. I
Mhm.
would love to found a startup that utilizes both technology and management
Yeah.
of said technology. And I'm really excited to explore this intersection of business and computer science. And yeah, I really look forward to it.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. And you also had an art appreciation club back in school, right? So are you also looking to continue that at UPenn? Are there any like student clubs and organizations you're really looking forward to joining?
Absolutely. So, art appreciation and critical art appreciation is what I love to do. Is
Yeah.
It's how I relax and unwind. And I think UPenn has so many amazing art appreciation clubs that I'm really excited to join, as well as the Penn Art Museum, which is such an incredible archive. So that's on the top of my list of the things I want to explore as soon as I get to Penn.
Now, Philadelphia, did you get to explore a bit while you went for your summer program?
Yeah, so I got to eat uh, a vegan version of the cheesesteak.
Yeah.
And I think Philadelphia is such a wonderful, bustling, thriving city. And I'm very excited to explore more of Philadelphia. This is also like my first time where I'll be properly living away from parents for an
Yeah.
extended period of time. So I'm really excited to see how that works out and how I transition into adulthood.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm sure you're gonna cope just fine and really love your time there. But Delhi is definitely very different from Philadelphia. So you'll have lots to explore and learn from. But yeah, you also have a younger sister who's now in grade 7, right? So
Yeah.
of course, you did talk a lot about how her, around her birth time was like instrumental in terms of your motivation. But where do you think she'll go to college? And where is she the one you're gonna miss most?
We're already joking that we're going to try to get her into pen as well so I could annoy her. But yeah, I think she's really, really interested in a lot of things, and I'm really excited to see her figure things out and figure her life out. And yeah, like that relationship with my sister has probably been the one that has defined me most as a person. She was the first person I felt like responsible for, the
Right.
first person I wanted to protect, and I love it. And I think there was a Saanvi pre and post Viti, and
Yeah.
I can say without even blinking an eye that she's my favorite person in the world. So I'm really excited to see how she'll be when I'm not around.
Yeah, yeah, that's so key for all of the older siblings listening in terms of, how much that role and identity can drive you and how much, your ability to care for a person could shape you in terms of, the things you want to do with your life and, your sense of purpose. So, uh,
Absolutely.
so what is your advice for, all of the young students listening who are about to go through the entire process you went through? What would, you tell them? And looking back, if you could change anything at all about the whole application journey, what would you change?
I would definitely say get a head start on things. So a lot of events happened to me one after the other the month of the ED deadline that we couldn't foresee, and there will be lots of things that will happen to you as well that you will not be able to foresee. So I was called away to Barcelona for the Young Investigator Award. I had my
Hmm.
school exams, and I wrote my common essay literally all on flights. So in hindsight, I should have listened to my counselors, Nitin and Isha, and I should have started prepping a little bit earlier, because there will always be something that you won't be able to foresee that will come up. But I couldn't have asked for a better support system than On Course.
That's awesome. So looking back, you would just work on deadlines earlier and sort of like space things out because everything
Mhm.
is sort of unpredictable in 12th
Absolutely.
grade. Yeah, so that's sound advice for sure. Any last words, any last advice that you have for everyone before we wrap up today?
Yeah, so I think through this college application journey, you'll find out a lot more about yourself. You'll uh, you'll make some really big decisions, and I think it's important to remember that everyone will end up where they're supposed to end up. You just have to keep putting in the work. You have to keep always remembering what it is that you want, and everything will work out. Have faith. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good advice. Yeah, thank you so much, Sami. This conversation has been really inspiring, and we're so excited to see all of the valuable, important work that you're going to do in college. And we look forward to your technology startup. I'm sure it's going to do so well.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us.